Hey Hiromi, welcome. We have Ray here who's new and he just said hello to us because he has no idea what we're talking about or what's going on. And I can see, when hey Nozzle, when you are new and beginning this process and or jumping in here and just looking around, poking around, it's kind of there's a lot going on now these days. So it's like it'll take a while to get caught up in everything. But yeah, does anyone want to share anything at this point?
Yeah, that's so interesting. So you guys are actually showing people the way around this app, or like how to host social events on social media in general. Um, yeah, I think this is awesome, and it's so rare that people do this type of service for others. So yeah, so I just followed the is that a modernchi club? I just became a member, and I'll stop by from time to time.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. That's great to hear from you, and also the way you explained it is actually probably more clear than the way I explained it. So thanks for that, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you around. And you can also follow us, and because these are my friends here, and I've like talked to them over the months. Like we met sometime last year, and then we got together, and they started to continue to visit this room and other rooms inside this club or some other rooms that I host. And then so we got to know each other, and yeah, so I say that follow people because, and you'll hear that too um, from in the Clubhouse HQ club, which is the actual Clubhouse team, the people who work for Clubhouse. Um, they will tell you to just to try and follow I don't know, a bunch of people, and also follow a bunch of clubs that are interesting to you. That way you can see more of interesting things going on, like let's join more interesting conversations. And it's also great that you now like you try to raise your hand. But I can also tell you that some people will be hesitant to invite you to join the conversation because that you at this point you don't have anything typed out in your profile. So try and like, write a few things about yourself. And yeah, so there's that. And also within my club here, yeah, in the Modern Chi Club, you can see they're scrolling down to the bottom, like a lot of pre-recorded sessions that where we've talked about many different things. So for well, you can go back to listen to those when you have free time, or when you're just doing chores or whatever. So just wanted to let you know that's there as well. Okay, yeah, Hiromi, are you hanging out or are you here to talk? I'm not sure if you're busy, but welcome.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, Katie. Yeah, we just finished our I was at a seminar, a martial arts seminar, but I can talk. I'm just gonna be like changing stuff and getting ready to leave the dojo. But yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody, and I know you're talking about curator mindset. That's a really great topic.
Yeah, okay, let me go back to it. And because Widgeby is out and about, so maybe loud, and David is here too. David, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I got back in already, so kind of catching up on the conversation. Just wanted to also welcome Ray, and also, and I'll let get back to that, but I'll just quickly say that this topic is great because the past 2 weeks I pulled a little bit off Clubhouse. I had a lot to focus on my business personally, which is going to tie into Clubhouse. I was just about ready to really start opening up my rooms, but then something else happened, an aha moment, and I had to take care of that, which actually took off. So it was good that I kind of stepped back, and that's something I had to do for my mindset before fully creating a schedule of rooms when I'm going to open them and how I'm going to open them. So that's just part of your mindset. Also, is sometimes things build up, or you have things that are too busy. So you always want to take a moment and step back if you need to. So I'll pass it back to you, Katie.
Yeah, thanks for that. And I want to let you know the format for this room that where we meet regularly at this time. So check your clock because I don't know where you live and your time zone, but we started about like 15 minutes before now, and it's a like a weekly room. And the setup now is going to talk, and it's going to be replay on for 30 minutes. So we have another like 14, 13 minutes. And then after that, we'll go to like replay off so that maybe people, the audience will be more likely to join. I don't know. We'll see how this works this first time. And then for the topic itself is curator mindset is what I mean by that is when it's like you're a listener, and when you're listening, you can choose to go into different spaces and explore, and then from that point, form your opinion of where do you like to be? Where do you like to go? Who do you like to listen to? And so that's how I feel like you develop your curator mindset, wherein you are just like a reviewer or a critic of the rooms that are going on out there that you join and listen to. And I feel like even as people who set up conversations, like myself and everyone here, um, we also take the role of listening to to different people, how they like to set up their spaces, how they like to how yeah, just all the different parts of it, like just how they explain things and like how long they usually have their rooms for. And a part of it is for me a bit like learning from someone else who if I choose and decide I want to be their student, or that I look up to them as a role model, I may take ideas from like how they set up their talks and their shows to bring it to my own spaces that I guide. So that's what I want to share, and this all has to do with creating and making your style, um, and realizing, are you a huge planner, or are you someone who likes to just go for it?
Hi,
Because
hi, Katie.
yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
also add, if it's because where I'm at is a little bit quieter, because I was right in front of a bunch of people. So when you were talking about curator mindset, I was thinking, like how it is, like, they have curators in museums, and in museums, it's like you're gonna put a collection together, right? Usually, like, when you curate, it's like you putting a collection together. So if you think of Clubhouse as like where you're going to put the collection of things that you want to listen to together. And so you're not just going to haphazardly put it together and just like say, okay, I like this, I like this, I like that. But understanding that, okay, if I'm curating Clubhouse for me, I'm going to think about the topics I'm interested in, and then make be mindful of the people that I follow, so that it's like making my hallway like a beauty piece of things that I'm interested in and things that I want to get educated in, and all of that will create like a picture from within my mind, and even that picture is something that I can both learn from, be entertained by, and enjoy at the same time. And it is, yes, even a labor of love. If you do spend some time in Clubhouse, there's so much information, there's so many rooms. So I have learned to, yes, to cultivate and to decide which rooms I want, which people I want to follow. I remember when I first got in Clubhouse, it was about just following people. But then after a while, I had found certain people that I followed more because I was interested in what they were talking about, or the rooms that they would go to would be so interesting. And then I realized, oh wait, I need to follow those kind of people, and then go into those kind of rooms and clubs that was really cultivating my mind, cultivating the teaching me something, and or entertaining me at the same time, or vice versa. It doesn't have to be both at the same time either, but that's what, to me, curating would be here. So I wanted to add that in wholeness.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love hearing you reflect back and like mirror what I'm saying, but in your way so that I can hear it back and know whether I'm making sense or not. So I super appreciate all of that. And I especially love the part where it's like where you're explaining kind of creating the pictures that you want to see in your own in your mind. You're putting together your own gallery of what it is that you want in your own museum. So perfect. Um, and so we have like about 7 minutes left, and so let me just go and check in the side chat to see if there's something there. But if a thought is jumping out at you at this point, do um yeah, come in to talk, and we're not meeting next week because of the long weekend in the US, but then we'll meet up like again the week afterwards. Oh yeah, so GIF, do you all know about GIF, right? Or GIF, GIF. David, do you know about GIF? Or you asked that question?
No, no, I just saw it. Like I said, this past week I've just been dealing with extremely aggressive dogs, so I haven't been paying attention. And I saw Nuzzle like waving. I'm like, what the? Whoa! What's going on here? I have a lot of catching up to do, I think.
Yeah, I think you hold down on your face and then you can choose on the bottom right. Like now there's even emojis that you can do, but you can choose a GIF or Hiromi.
Yeah,
Um,
someone did one of me, one of my friends.
That's cool. I love it. Um, yeah, because this has been like long time coming, and people have like really wanted to have some incorporate more like reaction, which is this makes this draws a complete alignment to the like listener or curator talk because if you're just listening in, you can still participate by showing whether you are having a good time or not. And or yeah, so that's perfect. What else? Yeah, nothing else much more. I think this has been great. I forgot where I left off with my thought. I think yeah, all I want to share is like if you want to learn um or if you want to set up your own spaces, I think like that's great because especially for someone like myself, I find it harder to just jump into conversations, and it's easier for me to just open up the conversations and so that I can talk as much as I want and like not worry about time limit for myself and just have control over the direction of where I would like for it to go. That's yeah, that's why I do that. And but then of course I try to learn from people, so I try to sit and listen to them and like hear how they like to do things. And yeah, I feel like I find it. I don't know if I can like continue to like sit in the spaces for where it goes on for like over an hour, you know. It just feels like it's too much like because I like to if I am there in a place I would really like to be present and focused and really listen and really be an active participant. So if I do join a conversation, I'd rather be that person. And so I think I just run out of steam, you know, being that way if I t or if I'm there for over an hour or whatever. But then to have like more concise type of chats and try to continue to work on like my titles, so that it makes sense. Because sometimes it doesn't. Um, like I would have a title and people would come in and tell me, but the interesting thing is they would say, "Oh, I read it in this way and I thought it meant like something else," and that's fine too, because then it's gathering feedback from people, and this is what this is all about, to have like everyone involved in the chat together. So I'll stop talking and if nothing, I'll start the other room and then uh, and we'll see where it goes. So the next room setup is I put mod FAQs, so just kind of open ended and replay off. So okay, all right. So Widgeby, can you or David help me end this room and I'll just go to that other one.
Yeah, yes, I can check. Right? Do you want to open the
Sweet.
other one and we put the link up here, or no, or just roll into
Oh
it?
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so you could open the room if Wigby just stays in here, and then I think I can stay in here if I. But I'll put the link up and then I'll close the room down, so you could open up the other room already. Oh yeah, there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that,
pulled it up too.
all right,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So once you open up
Okay.
the room, I'll shut it down.
Okay, great.
So Ray, if you would like to continue the conversation, you can click the link at the top. That'll send you and join that room. Katie is opening that right now, so that will send you right into that room where we can continue this conversation. And this room will be closing right now. We'll see you again in 2 weeks for anybody on the replay if
Okay,
you want to
yeah,
join
thank you,
again.
David. Yeah,
So
I'm actually cooking
you're
some
very
lunch
welcome.
right now. So, okay, yeah, I'll hang out with you guys another time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Like I said, we're in the modernchi club, and we do run these rooms regularly on the weekends. So feel free to tap the house on the top, join, and share this replay because replays are what's listenable, and you can share with your friends later on. We'll catch you the next time.